Hi, Jen Kirkman.
Hi.
You were fantastic. We sped your fists up for Sexy Liberal Fight
Yep.
Club because you're having a little lockdown stress.
I was one of those days where the weight gain was showing on my face and I didn't want to be on camera and I was like, oh.
See, perfect. That's why you were so in character. By the way, you gave exactly zero thoughts and prayers to Don Trump Jr., Senator Rick Scott, or Andrew Giuliani.
Correct. I
For,
have
for
zero
their
thoughts
yeah.
and prayers for their COVID-19. Well, I have thoughts and prayers for the COVID, none for them.
I feel like there's something in the Bible about, I don't know, the firstborn son of, Trump and Giuliani getting something. I don't know.
Well, they look exactly alike, which was,
Right.
a curse. I don't even know what
All
the
right.
joke was. Ignore me.
All right.
I'll
will.
just drink my coffee.
Yes.
Jen, I guess we should not have expected this end of this. It's like a horrible relationship with us, right? It's time for a restraining order now. This whole Trump thing, we shouldn't have expected it would end any different than it's been the whole time. Just chaotic and horrible and endless and, right?
Yeah, it's
Exhausting,
never going to
exhausting.
stop. I mean, I feel like he's going to sit there if he does go to inauguration and just throw paper airplanes at Joe Biden.
Right.
It's not ending
Right.
until, honestly, it's not ending until the next election.
Mhm.
It's not ending until he's either in jail or the good Lord takes him
Yeah.
his last breath.
I thought-
He'll never stop.
Did I hear, Travis, is that a thing that he's planning a rally like January? I don't know if it's on the day or the next day. Like he's
I
having his
haven't
own
heard that.
inauguration. Like how? I don't know. Is there anything
Right.
that's not too delusional for him?
No.
Yeah.
There's no bottom. And I'm confident that Joe will be inaugurated, but I get nervous about these electors.
Yeah.
I'm
I
a little
do.
nervous.
No, I do too. Even Michigan. You're like, I don't care what they said. They were drinking like free champagne at Trump Hotel till the middle of the night. I mean, and they're like, oh, we were just talking to him about COVID. It's like, no, I think you were probably engaging in treason about overthrowing the election is what I think you were doing.
Oh, that looked real treasony, those cocktails. Listen, get enough champagne in anyone and they make bad choices. So
Exactly. What wouldn't you do for free Dom Perignon? I
Right?
don't know. Yeah.
everything.
Okay. Senator Mark Warner. I like when people go on Fox News with a little truth bomb. Here we go.
And I appreciate your honesty and straightforwardness, but I just hope you remind your viewers, Joe Biden won this race by 6 million votes. There's 306 electoral votes. In virtually every one of these close states, he won by bigger margins than President Trump won in 2016.
Oops, that's
Yeah.
awkward. That's awkward.
Ooh.
The conservative Washington Examiner has urged Trump to move on and accept defeat in a new editorial. They warned his ongoing attempts to overturn the election could jeopardize Republican candidates running in Georgia and thus cost the Republican Party control of the Senate. And for that, I say, yes, go. Keep going. Keep going.
That's the only good part is that he really doesn't care. He's not out there campaigning for Republicans in Georgia in the Senate. And so it's great. He's they're eating their own and there's a chance we could win because of it.
I know. It's fantastic. Mark Warner, one more. Senator Warner yesterday.
This election, based upon Donald Trump's own appointees, was the cleanest and least interfered with, thank God, due to Chris Krebs and CISA and our intel community and our law enforcement. 30 days out, we were afraid of foreign interference. We were afraid there might be violence in our elections. Thank God Americans turned out record numbers for Donald Trump, bigger numbers for Joe Biden. The system worked.
Don't you love that Trump is like, you didn't let Russia interfere? You're fired, right? Like,
He's throwing a hamburger at the TV.
yeah, and then I don't know what you make of Carl Bernstein published the 21 names of Republican senators who privately can't stand Trump. Here's Warner on that real quick.
The vast majority, and the one thing I just wish more of my Republican Senate friends would get on Fox and say, some of them have said it, but there is not a single one that I've talked to that isn't privately embarrassed by the antics of Donald Trump in the last couple of weeks and refusing to acknowledge the will of the American people.
What is ever going to happen with this party, Jen, that they just don't have the courage to say you are undermining American democracy? They're just why? He's
And I hate to be negative, but I think they'll get away with it because if they want Trump's base, then that gives them Trump's base.
Yeah.
Because Trump's base is privately embarrassed by him, but they like all the racism and all the
Yeah.
chaos. And then if serious Republicans out there want to vote for them, they can go, oh, well, they did privately hate it. So I think,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say, but this doesn't tarnish them either way.
Yeah. Treason. Doesn't that saying something? Treason doesn't tarnish them either way. It is literally
it's the
sedition.
season for treason.
Yeah. Oh, you know what else it's the season for? Can I have some festive music? It's the 9th annual Jen Kirkman Dysfunctional Christmas Show.
What?
The entire globe can come now because it's December 4th. It's virtual. Get tickets at Jen Kirkman. Where do you get it? JenKirkman.com?
Yep, just go right to my website. It's an online Christmas variety show. It's for the Christmas hater and Christmas lover alike. And due to a global pandemic, everyone can come this year.
Why is it dysfunctional? What does it do?
Well, it's I have people tell like dark stories about like upsetting things in their life, just so that it's not too candy sweet, you know.
It's not a Hallmark movie.
No, but I'm doing a Hallmark movie spoof in the show that's based on Lori Loughlin being in prison. And it'll be
I love it already.
Because it's going to be from my living room and I'll be alone in sweatpants. And that's not usually how great entertainers do their shows. But again, global pandemic.
That's 2020.
Yeah. Thanks for the plug.
You're welcome. Don't you love how just not only how immature this whole thing has gotten? So election officials in Wisconsin's largest county accused observers for Trump's campaign Saturday of seeking to obstruct a recount of presidential results. In some instances, by objecting to every ballot tabulators pulled to count. Trump requested the, recounts in Milwaukee and Dane counties because, black and liberal. A steady stream of Republican complaints in Milwaukee was putting the recount far behind schedule. The county clerk said Trump observers were breaking the rules by constantly interrupting vote counters with questions and comments. He said they said the Trump observers clearly don't know what they're doing. At one recount table, a Trump observer objected to every ballot tabulators pulled from a bag because they were folded. I mean, are we just at like armpit farts? Is that what we're at? We're just at no, not that one. I mean, it's just like, this is so ridiculous. We were saying the Pennsylvania case, it doesn't even affect the outcome. Even if they don't count the votes that came in after Election Day, which they legally can, it doesn't affect the... Okay. It doesn't.
I just saw a headline that said most of the votes will be certified today in Pennsylvania, and I didn't like that word "most," so I don't know if some aren't. But it, like you said, it doesn't matter. Joe won it.
Yeah. What does it mean, Travis?
Got a little update on that when I went and did some digging. Oh, okay. There are 5 counties responsible for about 800,000 votes that will not have their results certified by today, but the other 48 counties should. It's not going to make a difference, and it's just it's a technical error that they have, and they said it happens every time. And Pennsylvania actually doesn't have to have theirs certified until December 8th if they don't they have until December 8th. But
good.
It's just a formality vote is what's happening today.
Oh, great! More time for my stuff.
Just another week of sheer terror and stress.
Oh well, it's all the same now. Jan, I know you've never experienced misogyny, but let me just ask you.
Sure.
Oh my God.
Well, we're just going to be left with this Trumpism and misogyny and whatever. So, Kyle Rittenhouse, the kid who took a rifle across straight lines and shot to death Black Lives Matter protesters, who's like a hero of the right. April Ryan says, so actor Rick Schroeder of Silver Spoons fame and the My Pillow CEO both put up money for Kyle Rittenhouse's bail after he allegedly murdered 2 people and injured another protesting in a Black Lives Matter. Both Rick and Mike Lindell have been arrested for domestic violence. There always seems to be a through line. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like they start with women. That's like their practice. And then they move on to shooting people, which is why whenever I had experienced any misogyny online and people go, it's just a guy in his basement, I go, that's who I'm worried about.
Right.
Because where do they go when they get out of the basement?
Yeah.
Shooting everybody,
right.
you know?
Right.
Yeah, it always has to do, it always comes from a hatred of women.
Yeah, it does every single time. And Shannon Watts tweeted, a child procured a semi-automatic rifle from a teen who bought it with a stimulus check at Ace Hardware. He murdered 2 protesters and then wept, saying, I shot 2 white kids. He was bailed out of jail by domestic abusers. Now he has a coffee sponsorship. This is America.
The coffee company actually denied that.
Yes, that was just the shirt he was wearing. The coffee company was actually horrified that he was wearing the shirt.
Okay, all right.
Thank God, thank God. Hey, I had some hot celebrity gossip. I had a friend who was an assistant to someone on NYPD Blue, and Ricky Schroeder wouldn't let any Black or gay people around him. So
what?
This friend of mine is gay, and he was an assistant, so he wasn't allowed to go near Rick or hand him anything.
Yeah.
And everyone on the set just, nope. They went along with it.
That is so
Right.
crazy. He grew up in Hollywood around the very people he banned from being around him.
Yes.
I know. Who do you think did his hair on Silver Spoon?
Exactly.
Some straight guy? Come
Plus,
on,
I hate
people.
douchebag child actors that are like, call me Rick now.
Oh, I know. You
I'm
don't
not
get
Ricky.
to be Rick.
Like, whatever, Ricky.
No.
Ricky.
But anyway,
Ricky.
so everyone out there, stop enabling this crap.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Exactly. I imagine you're down with Geraldo's idea of naming the vaccine after Trump because to honor him.
Yeah.
To honor him. Because
Yeah.
that would be a nice
To make him feel better
gesture.
after losing.
Yeah, as a binky for losing the election, it would be what? Okay, and then Brian Williams doing some comedy.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
You know, for my money, Geraldo raises a good point there. It's possible we just don't give the president enough credit for his FDR-like devotion to tackling this virus, his laser-like focus, his daily devotion, the sympathy he's forever expressing to the families of the 250,000 dead, even the way the president lectures us in that way to please wear a mask and stop the spread. And he's always advocated injections.
I see. That was Brian Williams engaging in the sarcasm.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, there's more.
He's pretty good.
Geraldo may be onto something. What Trump steaks did for the hungry, what Trump water did for the thirsty in our nation, what Trump University did to lift up the uneducated in our country. Well, along comes Trump, the vaccine. Possibilities, I think you'll agree, are endless.
Okay. Here's the thing. The problem is, okay, first of all, no one will take it if you name it Trump. But secondly, we are going to have a problem with people trusting this and taking it, right? Even because I'm still worried that he's going to pressure the FDA to give it emergency authorization. Because he's already taking credit for it, which is absolutely nothing to do with, right? And he's still whining about that, right?
It's not come out with a vaccine until just after the election. That's because of what I did with favored nations and these other elements.
What?
Instead of their original plan to assess the data in October. So they were going to come out in October, but they decided to delay it because of what I'm doing, which is fine with me because, frankly, this is just a very big thing.
Huh?
A very big thing. What I'm doing here, I don't know if anyone's going to appreciate it. These people can't even believe it.
Oh, I see. So that's the latest conspiracy theory is that they conspired to not. Okay, wait.
So they waited and waited and waited, and they thought they'd come out with it a few days after the election. And it would have probably had an impact. Who knows? Maybe it wouldn't have. I'm sure they would have found the ballot someplace, the Democrats and the group.
And the group?
Such a little bitch. He just, oh my God.
They should pay people to get the vaccine.
I was just going to read you this tweet and see what you thought. I know, because first of all, I'm like, I don't know. Do we have to? What was the other idea? Health official at COVID briefing recommends a random reward system for mask wearing on college campuses. I'm sorry. Really? Is wearing a piece of cloth on your face that big a deal? But okay. She said, what if colleges implemented a random reward system for mask wearing? This could be like a gift card. Are we just a nation of like toddlers now?
Yes.
Okay. Well, anyway, but this actually is not a bad. John Delaney said, pay everyone $1,500 to get the vaccine. It's a stimulus check and a big vaccine incentive rolled into one. The result, more people get vaccines. It saves lives. It helps people financially. And the $400 billion pays for itself with an economic boost from ending the pandemic. That's actually not a bad idea.
God, I'm cheap. I was thinking 500, but there you go, 15.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Right?
Tie it to a stimulus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it really is. Because that's the problem is that the problem, like, this is what I'm trying to go see my nearly 98-year-old mom with Alzheimer's at Christmas. And I know I shouldn't be traveling, but she's not doing well. And but I'm afraid that everyone's going to be an idiot at Thanksgiving. And in 2 weeks, we'll be in lockdowns and it'll be worse and no one will be able to go anywhere. Right?
I think so. Yeah. Well, they're not going to do a travel ban. You'll just be taking a bigger risk. You could just get one of those gas masks.
I do. I already have a couple of space helmets. I'm definitely not getting laid on the plane or meeting my future wife. There's a couple of space helmets I'm looking at. One has an exhaust pipe out the top, and then I'm going to be hard of hearing Darth Vader. Even if I do meet a beautiful woman, she'll be like, here's my card. I'll be like, what?
What?
You're doing the heavy breathing.
Yeah.
What if she's also in one of those outfits?
That'd be funny. Heavy breathing.
And you guys try to kiss and you just bump and fall over.
Right. Clank.
Isn't there a scene in Sleeper where they're trying to kiss while wearing
helmets?
Space? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
I do. I have these. There's a couple of. Yeah, right. I'm gonna be like, look what I got extra. Clorox wipes.
Oh, I marry you for that.
Yeah. Travis just got me. That's me. That's the only heavy breathing in my future. Okay. Just everyone wear a mask and stay the home. Yeah. For God's sakes. I've been doing it since March, right? I'm like,
I know.
They're like, oh, lockdown. I'm like, how's that going to be different from my everyday life? I don't even go to the supermarket. I don't go anywhere.
I know that the after 10 curfew. I'm like, what? I'm in bed by 9. I don't even have to get up early.
The curfew means you have to stay up later. I mean, it's really counterproductive.